Got fucking cold, man. No, but I got a cold. It ain't exactly been hot out. It's kind of crazy. Man, Firewall Zero Hour comes out 12 o'clock tomorrow night. I'm so stoked. You need to watch my last video of that Sleeping Dogs game, Devo, on YouTube. I dedicated it to Wayne, and the ending of that game is absolutely ridiculous. They found out I was a cop Lux, and they strapped me into a chair, and I got loose, and I got this big machete and just ran through the whole place, just hacking everybody up. Need some Wawa. Some Wawa. Sorry, bub. It is late for me. It's early for me, so it's definitely late for him. It's so early I'm brushing my teeth. Thirsty. Yeah, I just couldn't stay up last night. I was tired. I had to go to the doctor. I had to go to the doctor yesterday morning, and I just didn't go to sleep Thursday night. I don't know. At least you get it. At least you get it. But I don't like anybody. Did Wayne get on tonight? Play Witcher. I'm glad he likes that game that much. guarantee that if you'd have played The Witcher, or if I'd have played The Witcher first, Wayne would never have played it. But I shouldn't have bought it anyway, man. They're going to give it away for free. Eventually, they will. Well, not because it's crap, just because it's got three $20 DLCs. And they'll just give the base game away for free and then get a bunch of people to buy the DLCs. If you notice, whenever they give a bigger game away for free, it's always a game that has DLC packages that you can buy. And they've only a handful of times given away like the gold. Yeah. They've only, yeah, it is. It totally is. That's the only way they could make money. Well, Metal Gear wasn't that way. You're right about that. But, yeah, they'll give The Witcher away for free in the next year. Hopefully they'll give Jason away for free also. You know what'll suck though is the month they give Jason away for free. Literally, I bet literally like 2 of our bubs will add it to their inventory, and the rest of them will be too late and just beat around the bush and never add it and end up missing out on the free game. Wayne did that with Deus Ex, the game I'm playing right now, and then ended up almost buying it. Or he did buy it or something. Like that. Or was no, he was talking about buying it, and it was free. And he was like looking at it to buy it and hadn't even seen that it was free. Still got a little bit of oil left in that cartridge. That's the same type, that's the same size cartridge and everything, but that's a different like brand or something than the last cartridge we had. It's made a little bit different. It's almost like the end of the cartridge has lasted the longest. And I think it's because it's thickest at the end, probably. Because it's been at the end for like 2 days now. Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. Yep. This is episode 3 of my stream. Did you work tonight? No. Fuck. See, I knew I should have got up. I woke up at like 10:30 and went to the bathroom. I knew I should have stayed up. I was thinking about it. Word. Word. I got the coffee going. Getting ready to drink a cup of coffee. They must have done an update to this game because
did we get anything from the whisper?
The last time I tried to play through, like, he wasn't nearly as advanced as he is this time when I first started out.
Can you fix it?
I'm a pilot,
like, he has a bunch of augments that I didn't have. Well, I'm gonna have to take a Benadryl or a Claritin or something. I didn't hear you. It usually makes me feel weird anyway. I'd probably just take a Benadryl. It's my allergies anyway. We cleaned the house yesterday really good. And got the dog dander up and flowing through the air, and I'm allergic to dog dander, believe it or not. We cleaned the shit out of the house. We cleaned it really good. And that's what it's like when you got 4 and 5 dogs all the time, man. We've always had at least 4 for like the last 15 years, and like when we clean, it's a 3-person thing, and it takes all day, or at least 4 or 5 hours. And it does, and still, I mean, it's not. You walk in and you wouldn't be able to tell that we just cleaned. There's just too many dogs. They go right behind you and make a mess.
Hold it, Clank. Let me see your permit, and be quick about it.
I'm sure you'll find everything in order, officer.
What's the matter?
I'm really impressed with Richard, the little Chihuahua. I can't believe what a good dog he is.
Is that what it is?
Never had that experience with a Chihuahua before.
Eyes to yourself. You are cleared through this checkpoint.
He's excellent, man.
Go about your business.
We've got him where he'll sit and stay now. You can tell him to sit and stay, and he'll do it.
Enough problems already.
And he's the only little dog I've ever had that's never bit me, or even tried to bite me, or acted like he was going to bite me, even.
Chang, you had him hack into
little dogs are
companies
usually always like that. That's why I'm weirded out by him, because I've never had big dogs that'll bite me, but just about every little dog I've had has been a little biter, motherfucker. We had 4 other little dogs. They were Pekingese. Pekingese can be kind of mean, so. It makes sense. I don't know if you ever got to meet Charlie. Did you ever get to meet Charlie, the one-eyed Pekingese?
Miller sent me to find you. Thought you might have run
That
into
dog,
trouble.
man.
He said that? Did he use those exact words? It's not my fault.
He was like
What happened, Smiley?
8 pounds, and he would try to
One
fight
minute
50,
I'm in there running the
60,
show, and the next they
90-pound
accuse
dogs.
me of trying to tamper with evidence. Me.
And
You believe
sometimes
that?
they
I
would
never
run away.
do that, Adam. Never.
It's our crime scene.
Because that's just how dogs are. That's just how dogs are, you know.
The minute they went for their guns, I decided it was time to shut up and get out of there. They accused
That's just
me
how
of
dogs are.
tampering with evidence. They're probably destroying all the evidence there is right now.
Hmm.
You know, at first I thought this was about Sonia.
Which that's why he had one eye though, because you know he messed with the wrong dog
I've been teaching
1 or
English
2
to.
times.
Turns out her
Too
husband is a
many.
little territorial. You know the type.
Smiley.
Right.
My Basset Hound Roy, the dog Taylor's sister gave me.
Something big, something that could just blow this case wide open.
He wouldn't take
just
that
need
shit
to
off
look
of
at
him,
the
man. He
scan
would
of the blast area, so
try to take his head off.
actually, it's a good thing that you're here. I don't suppose you could.
I don't blame him, man. Charlie was a little dick.
Grab it for me.
I swore after Charlie I'd never have another dog.
So
Like
what am
that,
I
another
looking
little
at
dog.
there?
It's a blast site. There's debris everywhere, and plenty of cops too. Once you get past the turnstiles and security offices,
And when
you
he
should
got
have a
when his
clean
eye
path to the
got
tourist office
bit
where
out,
they have
man,
the
like
scan.
it was hanging out his face,
How many
like
cops are inside?
like
I don't know.
halfway down his
Several.
cheek,
They
and
all
it was
had guns,
mashed
so
and
I
all
didn't
like
stop and count them all.
mangled.
There's at least
And
one
he
guy
stayed
in
that way at the
exosuit.
animal
My
shelter
guess
and
is
then
they'll
at the
shoot
vet
first
clinic
and
for
bury
2
the bodies
days
later.
before they did surgery on him. And they didn't give him pain medicine or anything. And that dog didn't
What do you think
yipe,
is on this
whine, act like
It's evidence
he didn't act
suggests
like
that the 3D
anything
mass
was wrong.
spectrometer
He
scan
was the same
explosion
exact
site.
dog.
And if I
Ugh.
had one more minute in there, I'd have it with me right now, and I could find out. The fact that they don't want me to see it makes me want to see it even
When
more.
dogs would come in like that at the animal shelter, sometimes the dogs have a genetic disease where their eyeballs can
Yes,
pop out really
exactly.
easily.
That's the
And
spirit
sometimes,
we need.
just from the
But you'll be able
breed,
to just
it
walk
can
in there
happen.
and ask them for
And sometimes
consent.
they have a disease like Miss Ellison had, except it's like really bad.
After yesterday's attack,
And you had to
I
take this salve and put it around their eye all the time,
So
like
where do I
every
find
20
it?
minutes, because they couldn't blink
The forensic team set up camp inside the tourist agency.
all the way. They couldn't shut their
What
eyes
used
all
to
the
be
way.
The tourist agency.
But
Get to their
yeah,
cell,
that little dog,
grab the
man, he
DST with the
didn't
scan on it,
even
and
act
get
like
out.
anything was
Easy
wrong.
peasy.
This could take a while, Smiley.
Got it. I'll get out of your way. Head back to HQ. Good luck, and let's not tell Miller about this one, okay?
And wagging his tail, walking around, acting happy, eyeball hanging out. Like, it was kind of fucking ridiculous.
We might as well head back.
The
There's no
animal
getting
care
through that
center
thing.
in Fairfield did the surgery for free because I worked at the animal shelter.
Police have the whole locked down.
Because that would have been an expensive little doggy surgery. And he definitely had to have surgery to have it removed. There was no sticking it back in there and he was going to be blind. Like, it was ridiculous. And see, I don't know if I'd ever told you that. Roy, the other Pekingese, his sister, Bobby Joe, Charlie's sister, he had got her eye. He didn't like take it out, but like scraped it and cut it real bad, and she had to have surgery and have it sewn, have stitches put in her eyeball, and have her eyeball shut for like 2 months with stitches. And it was always gray after that, because like he wouldn't take their shit, man. Like the rest of the big dogs, they would, just ignore him, but not Roy. Not Roy. But because Danny Dog, man, Charlie would like attack the fuck out of Danny. like attack his ass, like be eating him up, and Danny would just be laying there looking at me like, really? You're not going to do anything about this? Like, please make him stop. It was so funny. And Roy just kind of had a shit attitude too, because like, no one ever believes me, I don't think, when I tell them this, but I would take fucking Danny for a ride in the truck and not take Roy. And when me and Danny would come back, Roy would be sitting at the front door, and as soon as Danny Dog would walk by him, Roy would try to start a fight. Every time we went for a ride in the truck without him. Every time. He was a weird dog, man. I've heard from more than one person, from quite a few people, that hound dogs can be mean, even when they're not necessarily always mean, like, you know, when they don't necessarily show it. Because he never showed it to me, but like, he tried to bite my dad once, but Dad was beating his ass over peeing on the couch. And I think he had like brain damage or something. I think Jesse James beat him to death, beat the crap out of him or something. And fucking Jesse had the gall, dude. The next time I see him, after I've had that dog, and then I had to have him put to sleep, he was like, "Taylor told me you killed my dog." And I wanted to be like, "Your dog? You mean your dog?" And fucking I had to put him to sleep. Don't fucking even talk about it. I went over to Taylor's sister with Taylor one time, and I walked out back, and like when I walked out back, Taylor's sister was like, "Oh my god, oh my god," but like I didn't really realize it. I guess she was in the other room, and they all come running out, like freaking out, like, "You can't go back there," because like Roy didn't like people he didn't know, and like he was not trying to eat me up. He was all over me, jumping on me, wagging his tail, just loved me immediately. And his sister came out and was like, "Wow." And she was like, "He doesn't like anybody new." She was like, "You want him?" And I was like, "Let me call Dad." And I called Dad, and he was like, "Yeah." And he was fine with, you know, the rest of the dogs most of the time, but he caused quite a few fights around here. But the only ones that ever got bad were the ones with the big dogs, or the little dogs, because the little dogs wouldn't stop. Whenever the big dogs get in a fight, I just raise my voice and they all stop like statues. Even the dogs we got now, like, they know. Like, oh shit. Because I don't beat my dogs, like hit them to hurt them, but I got this cardboard, like a thing like Christmas paper would come on, but it's a little bit bigger, a little bit thicker, and it makes a really loud sound when you whack it against something. That's ridiculous. And you don't even have to hit it that hard, and that's what I'll spank them with, and it just freaks them out. The sound just absolutely just makes them think they're getting ready to get a whop, like they're gonna die. And I'm not even worried at all about ever whipping my pit bulls, because at the animal shelter I had pit bulls lock up, and I would try to like get them apart with a nightstick, like what cops use against criminals, and they didn't care. Like, I really had to hit one time, and the dog didn't give a fuck, dude. And he wasn't a big pit bull either. He was just like one of those little everyday Staffordshire Terriers that you see all over the place. And I hit that dog as hard as I would hit a person that was probably going to that I would think would trying to hurt me. You know what I mean? Like, I hit that dog as hard trying to get it to let go of the other dog. I hit that dog as hard as I would hit someone trying to defend myself. episode 3 is going to have to be over for